Maggie Barry.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. I'm very proud to be a member of this John Key-led government. I think that we have a shared vision and a plan to support New Zealanders through these troubled economic times. We believe in helping New Zealanders make the best of their opportunities. We recognise personal responsibilities, and we also believe very strongly that people need to be rewarded for their hard work and their enterprise. These are values that I believe in, and these are values that underpin what is guiding our plan to help the New Zealand economy. Let's look at some of the business investment initiatives that leads to new jobs. Specific measures, including the 90-day trial period, reducing company tax to 28%. We've reduced ACC levies and saved $600 million a year with that measure alone. We've also removed 170 unnecessary and excessive regulations, because we are not about red tape. We are not about binding up business and holding back the economy, unlike the opposition. Most of these measures are completely lost on the opposition. They've had their crack at it and they've failed dismally. We are not about to be sidetracked or distracted by the braying of the opposing forces. I think that one of the things that has worked most successfully in the past year has been the efforts that we have made, and the Honourable Paula Bennett in particular is to be congratulated on this, on getting people off benefits and back into work. That is vital. It is vital for themselves, for their self-esteem and their mana, and also for the future of their family economy and the wider economy as well. These are vital things. So helping people back into work, particularly our young people, what have we done? What have we done specifically? $152 million in the Youth Opportunities Package alone, which includes 4,000 places in job ops. In the past 2 years, in net terms, something like 60,000 more New Zealanders have been put into work, and our unemployment forecast is definitely forecast to fall. Now, this has all been possible because the economy's grown. It has grown by 2.6% in the year to June, and our annual growth forecast is between 2 to 3% over the next 4 years, and that's a lot better than other developed countries are doing at the moment. The after-tax average wage is up by 20% from when Labour's time ended in 2008, and we now have, and this is a particularly good thing, we now have the lowest inflation rate since 1999, which means that the cost of living is increasing at its slowest rate in 12 years. This is all good, and this is going to support jobs, but we're certainly not leaving it to chance, nor are we going into loopy green mad ideas a la Zimbabwe to print money and shut down opportunities for jobs and stall the economy. I mean, if printing money was the recipe, then that country would be successful. It is not. Printing money increases the money supply, so that increases inflation. It would make the very people that the opposition are purporting to help in more difficulty, because everything would go up in price, from the price of petrol to the price of groceries. The poor would be the hardest hit. But the Greens and Labour are determined to talk New Zealand down and to promote a bunch of ideas that are only in vogue in the sort of countries that have run out of all other options. We have not run out of options. We have a plan and we're sticking to it. And as I've said in the past, in this sort of situation, standing up in a general debate, it is a very good plan, and I support it, because economic growth produces jobs, and that's what we're allowing to happen. But don't just take our word for it. Peter Orszag, as my colleague the Honourable Nick Smith referred to recently in his call today, has singled out New Zealand as the only country that has provided the right balance of stimulus for the economy, with reducing the deficit in the medium term. This is high praise indeed for someone who has been looking carefully at our measures and looking carefully at what we are able to do. I think when it comes to New Zealand's economic performance, for me on the North Shore, I look at what's happened with infrastructure, with the broadband rolling out, and I can see that people in my area, in my electorate of North Shore, are delighted with that. I was just looking for some tangible information that I had about this, because I've had several letters from my constituents about the growing of the economy, and in particular how the broadband has helped. In days gone by, when North Shore Hospital was not in such good fettle, there were real issues about people in corridors, people not getting the level of care that they required. With the broadband rollout, it is now possible to upload and send a file of a sick child within 3 seconds to Starship. These are the kind of measures that are making a phenomenal difference, and that's why in these tough tough economic times, we are continuing to invest in them. As far as the opposition are concerned, though, they would want to borrow to pay for reducing things like the retirement age. They want to lower it to 60 for many workers. What is that going to do? Borrowing again to pay for the Auckland Rail Loop. Failed policies.
I call the Honourable Leanne Dalzell.